Right now, 5 seconds remain in practice. Vincent Guerrero on top of the board. We're going to just jump straight into the action tonight. Welcome to Talladega. Garrett Jenkins up here in the booth as always. For MMS Little Dog, Big Dog. Apologize for the little delay and everything. It's been a rough 24 hours. With that being said, Vincent Guerrero on pole, Ethan Eckert, Jared Haynes, Malik Ray, Joshua McCullough, Corey Wright, Nash Brim, Billa, Sean Corbett, Cameron Craig, Steve Sizemore, Daniel Fulkingham, the top 12 on down through the field. Nathan Harper, Kyler Wynn, Landon Velicky, Trevor Asronoff, Matthew Lee, Richard Elliott, Mike Davenport, John Ward, the top 20. Christopher McCullough, Chase Pastrana, Brock Westmoreland, Ken McCullough, top 24. And Danny Barnes, Justin Johnson rounds out the field tonight for MMS. Well, let's see. Don John Ward for a moment. John Ward, Garrett Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. Got a copy, buddy?
I got you, Garrett.
Well, starting a little deeper in the field. Now, what I think you would prefer is that the plane just right in the back, try to save some fuel and just be around at the end.
Yeah, I didn't qualify. I know it's a new package with these cars, and it's probably pretty easy to lose the draft, but we're going to see what we can do. I just want to get a feel for it back here. But, yeah, I'm just going to hang out for the first little bit and fill it out.
All right, buddy. I do have to say, you mentioned a new package definitely in question. How does that go about your driving style maybe for the 92 tonight?
I really don't know what to expect, Garrett. Hopefully they don't get single file. Hopefully they do some racing. Surely they will. But as far as I know, it's pretty easy to lose the draft, and it's hard to pull up and up to the next driver. So we'll see how it goes here. I think I should be all right either way, though.
All right, buddy. Best of luck to you tonight.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Vincent Guerrero tonight. Your pole sitter, Ethan Eckert. Yeah, load of trigger, please. I forgot to do something. Here you want to see the paint job starting to update for a lot of drivers. Again, he alludes to the new draft package. We saw the last time we were with these cars was Inspire Racing League at Daytona. However, older surface. But really, it was hard to make any passes. As we're rolling, Guerrero and Ethan Eckert brings them down to the start. Down back straightaway right now, Eckert trying to take the lead away from Guerrero early, getting pushed by Malik Ray on the outside. right now as Ray and Eckert will take the lead as they enter turn 3 and 4. Off turn 4 now, Ethan Eckert. So Eckert will lead the first lap. Corey Wright having to defend with that outside. Brambilla right behind him. Right now, top 5 as they stand: Eckert, Wright, Ray, Brambilla, and the pole sitter Guerrero as they work their way down the back straightaway. We'll see a lot of drivers just playing with it tonight, at least in the early goings here. Daniel Funkingham on the outside. Norman wanted to ride in the back, save a little fuel. You see Brambilla a little loose off of turn 4 out in the line, give it to Corey Wright. Right now, Phil working their way down the back straightaway yet again. Couple drivers already off the pace. Well, not really off the pace, but sort of lost the draft. You look back there, Richard Elliott, John Ward, Cameron Craighead. They're the last of this 20-car pack. On back behind them, Danny Barnes, Christopher McCullough, Brian Westmoreland, a couple others already out of the lead draft. Nash Brambilla leads, going back into turn number 1. Funkingham on the outside, trying to pull the 7 of Kyler Wynn up with him. We also have Lyndon Velke in the mix of that as well, as is Trevor Asvernoff. So 4 strong cars right there pulling the outside lane. Question is, they got enough in numbers to really do anything, as Funkingham to the outside of Brambilla entering turn 3. Daniel side by side. So work off a turn 4 through travel, give it to Funkingham at the line. Cameron Craighead, fastest lap of the race. 47.547. Funkingham and Brain Kyler win him down to the bottom. Brandon Bell will be shuffled back to 3rd. That'll leave Lyndon Velke on the outside. Ray will go at the cover of Valaki as they work their way down the back straight away. Trevor Asvernoff up there in the mix. Right now, you're right on board with the 89 of Asvernoff. Right now, Trevor lightly pushing Lyndon Velke. Just lightly push. You can barely push with these cars. Got to be careful with the pushing, especially in the corners if you're going to even try to. You see Admiral had to really get off the back bumper. Velke actually might hurt this outside lane, or for Admiroff's sake, build a bigger run. But other things, the sun is starting to set over Daytona Beach right now, so track temp will gradually start decreasing. Will be more grit with these cars. This caution is out. Richard Elliott. John Ward is involved in this one early. Elliott, Steve Sizemore, laying in the grass. Sean Corbett. For Steve Sizemore, not the left of that 13. Oh, John Ward with massive damage. The bumper's gone. Danny Barnes was like he got a piece of it. Alright. Let's see how this unfolds. Right up over Ward. Looks like Corey Wright gets turned off of Jared Haynes. From there it is on. Oh! More to the story here. Well, first let's find Corey Wright. Rewind it here. Wright's still trying not to get shuffled in the middle. With there, he'll come up. Jared Haynes. I mean, really. Well, I mean, I just think the 7 had too much of a head of steam, and from there it was on. Sean Corbett, pretty much innocent bystander, as is everybody else. Let's run on board with Sean Corbett. There you see it, Corbett up and around. There's where Sizemore gets involved, as does Ward. Run aboard Jared Haynes. Ultimately, I think Corey Wright just misjudged it a little bit. Haynes already had the momentum coming. The round it just went. Right now, Funkingham, Astronaut, and Landon Velicky, your top 3. Ethan Eckert, Kyler Wynn rounds out the top 5. The Pole Center Guerrero back at 8th. Brian Hinnings, Malik Ray, 6th and 7th. Of course, Guerrero at 8. Chase Pastrana, Nathan Harper rounds out the top 10. We see some drivers coming back in. Velicky, one of them. Well, a lot of drivers are going to try to play the strategy game. The more cautions we get, benefits getting a caution early and come back in, top off on fuel. Because the more caution we have, the more, or the least likely, we'll need a green flag pit stop. I understand we're going to need several more cautions before that. We're going to need several more cautions before we think about not getting a green flag pit stop. But for Velicky and several others, Joshua McCullough, it'll pretty much just be about strategy. You know, we pit now, we ain't got to worry about it as bad later, so to speak, to rewrite the top 10 yet again. Dale Funkingham, Trevor Asvernoth, Ethan Eckert, Kyler Wynn, Malik Ray, top 5, Brian Hinnings, Chase Pastrana, Nessie Guerrero, Nash Brad Bill, and Nathan Harper rounds out your top 10. On down just to end up the top 20. John Ward, Cameron Craighead, Brock Westmoreland, Matthew Lee, Christopher McCullough, Richard Elliott, Justin Johnson, Jared Hayes, Landon Velicky, and Danny Barnes. That's the top 20. What's up, Chris? Alright. Well, fucking him and astronauts will break him down. For the restart, with 51 laps to go from Daytona, we're rolling. Oh, massive checkup. Massive wheel spin. Oh, there they go, boys. Jesus. Justin Johnson involved in this. Boy, right getting through. Hey. Trouble already on the restart. Well. Alright, I know it's going to start way up towards the front of this here. Just see what in the world happened. Well, massive wheel spin on Daniel's part. Really, neither lane goes. Oh, Ethan Eckert gets it to the back of Daniel. Bam. Hold up. Back up there with Eckert. Yeah, so there's the issue right there. It gets them all bottleneck stacked up. And from there, well, you see the results. We're on board with Sean Corbett yet again. Corbett's actually going to play it smart. See, everybody just, I feel just guys around him. A little bit of contact with Danny Barnes sends him around just through the grass. Justin Johnson. Johnson makes, well, he made pretty significant contact with Brambilla. Last one before we get back going here. Right aboard Brian Hiddings. But I can see it, just it's all accordion effect at this point. Ward getting a piece of it. What's up, Gary? Right now, Brian Henry and Nathan Harper still in the pits, getting damage fixed up, assessed. Be 48 to go this time by 47, more likely when they take the green flag. Right now is Brock Westmoreland out in front. Astronaut, Kyler Wynn, Belite Ray, Ethan Eckert, the top 5. God damn. One driver official had to race Mike Davenport. Will be scored 26 following tonight, officially out of the race. Re-rack the top 10 as they run. Brock Westmoreland, Trevor Asronoff, Kyler Wynn, Malik Ray, Ethan Eckert, Cameron Craighead, Matthew Lee, Richard Elliott, Christopher McCullough, and Chase Mastrutta. The top 10. Brandon Bill Wright, Kevin McCullough, John Ward, Sean Court, Jerry Hayes, Steve Sizemore, Justin Johnson, and Daniel Fulkingham mired all the way back down in the 20th spot. Right now, Chevrolet top 4 as they stand. Well, let's try it one more time as soon as they get off of turn 4 to the tri-oval. Alright, pace cars in. Better restart this time. Much better. As Broad will lead them into turn number 1. Astronaut Brown is outside. Well, quickly you'll see the bottom lane go to deteriorate away. Malik Ray, Greg Head, among others, will go ahead and drop to the bottom. Malik Ray thought about going back up, so I'll stay to the bottom down here as Brock Westmoreland leads them down the back straightaway. Oh, McCullough gets slammed by Corbett. What up? Keep it straight. Sean Corbett will drop about a few spots, as will McCullough. Kevin McCullough, matter of fact, drops all the way back to 24th. Sean Corbett 17th. There's Richard Elliott leads at the line. Chase Mastretta quickly in tow. See if Bryce going to battle back to that inside. Chase Mastretta drop down to the bottom. You see Corey Wright will be stuck in the middle. Joshua McCullough will split him, go to his outside as Brock Westmoreland loose. Saved it. Chase Mastretta will lead off for turn 4 through the tri-oval. Ethan Eckert trying to make something happen on the outside lane. Joshua McCullough stuck on that outside lane. Pretty sure Christopher McCullough just cut him a break. Let him in line. John Ward trying to work himself back into the top 10. Ethan Eckert. He's down back straight away. Eckert will now try to lead yet again. Matthew Lee, Chase Mastretta, Corey Wright, Richard Elliott in the top 5. Eckert leads back into turn number 3. Right now, Ethan Eckert been on a kind of a hot streak, has not been able to put a win together quite yet, but has had a fast car week in and week out for the last month and a half. Right now, biggest movers of the race so far tonight. Christopher McCullough up 16 spots where he started. Matthew Lee up 15. Chase Mastretta 17 from where he started this race. John Ward up 12, Brock Westmoreland and Richard Elliott up 11. They're your biggest movers of the race since the start. Right now, Eckert up the track, going to come to 15, and Joshua McCullough trying to take the lead down the back straightaway. Well, he tried to get there. Bottom lane stalled out quickly. Look the battle back right to the bottom of Eckert yet again as they work their way off of turn 4. At the line, giving to McCullough only by inches. Right now, of course, Jason Pastrana pushing that 05. But ease in as hard as you can. They work their way off of turn 2 yet again. Right now, on back through the field as McCullough this time will more clearly get it. Thrasher up here earlier at the front. Right now, nowhere to be seen. We'll drop back through the field here. Vincent Guerrero, Brock Westmoreland, Kyler Wynn, Trevor Adams, Malik Ray, all of them just out here in the back riding, trying to more than likely save fuel as the run goes on. Right now you see Guerrero started on the pole for tonight. Right now running back in the 11th spot. On back behind him a little further back. Trevor Asvernoth, Kyler Wynn, Malik Ray among others, Nathan Harper, Velicky. We do got a lap car in the distance coming up here, so might play into their favor, might not. Don't know quite how we'll see Nash Brambilla. Several drivers back here have actually lost the draft. Brambilla in jeopardy, but on back. Justin Johnson, Steve Sizemore. Ken McCullough has lost the draft. Jared Haynes as well. Haynes actually that lap car that they're coming up on. As McCullough still leads. They're 3 wide for the moment. Cameron Cricket bails out of it. We'll go back to single file. Ethan Eckert waiting to get down. There's Mastretta. Battling to the outside. Strut to the apron. Jared Hayes goes 1 lap down. Chase Mastro's already led for 1 lap. He'll make it 2 at the line. With 38 laps to go. With Matthew Lee back to the outside, getting pushed by Christopher McCullough. Daniel Folkenham working his way back up into the top 5. John Ward just now creeping into the top 10. Right now in 7th. Of course, Ward involved in that lap 1 crash. Fast repair already done and gone. Had a little bit of contact on the restart incident. But right now, driver 92 working himself back up to the front, as is Corbin and Corey Wright, who are also involved in that lap 1 incident. Right now, lap 15, Daniel Funkingham, new fastest lap of 47.526. We see Bryant Westmoreland coming into the pits. The only difference is he was on a 16-lap run, everybody else on a 12-13. According to the flyer that we have tonight, 45% fuel, so it might be actually short little green flag runs. No more than probably about maybe 14 to 17, 18 laps. We'll know whenever the main pack pits. Right now, a little bit of top four separation. As Liam Mastretta, McCullough, and Elliott sort of broken away. Well, I said that. Said that, and John Ward immediately caught right back up to him, along with Corbett Fulkingham. Dale Tall sign, everybody drop it to the apron. And running is Justin Johnson in the pits. But everybody drop it to the bottom. Normally that's, like I said, Dale Tall sign that people coming to the pits. And here they come on lap 14. Well, not lap 14, but 14 laps into this stint. We'll get the first few. McCullough, Ward, Mastretta, Craighead. Well, there was one set, so 14 laps on the stint is definitely one number. We'll see how long this group can go. They'll probably come in next lap. Craighead, Ward, McCullough, Mastretta. Black flags. There comes Daniel Funkingham, Guerrero, Lee, Eckert, Malik Ray, Velicky, just to name a few, Astronaut. Nathan Harper already back out onto the racetrack. Richard Elliott, Cameron Craig had black flag yet again. Well, Harper, Elliott, McCullough, and Brian Hennings, who I believe Hennings is one down. But he's still within this. Well, Daniel Funkingham will stuck around as the leader. Astronaut, Eckert, Malik Ray, and Guerrero will be the top five. With 33 to go, so we know that 14 to 15 is the max. 16 somewhere along in there. So short runs tonight. Trevor Astronaut immediately goes right to the lead, of course. Christopher McCullough not for position. Right now, just fighting to stay on the lead lap. Right now, drivers who did not have such a great pit stop. Of course, Chase Mastretta, Steve Sizemore, John Ward, 46 seconds back. Ward, of course, having served a black flag, as did Westmoreland and Christopher McCullough. Cameron Greghead as well. Just coming back out onto the racetrack after he had to serve his. I believe he got 2 black flags under that incident, as he'll come right back up onto the racetrack. Right now, 2 laps down, as is the 24 or the 8 of Kevin McCullough. Been a rough night for Kenneth already, 2 down. More than likely out of the running here, should it stay green. Right now, they will catch this little, well, I hate to call them stragglers, but Justin Johnson, one of them. Oh, makes contact. Well, Christopher Grimm going to the back of 82. Hell of a save by Johnson. But they have caught Johnson, Ward, Sizemore, and Mastrutta. Hard to make things real interesting. Johnson will go up to the outside lane. Stay out of harm's way for the moment. But really, you're seeing 2 races here. This will eventually be the race for the free pass. Christopher McCullough trying to stay just on the lead lap himself. And of course, you got Fulkenham, Guerrero, several others. Pretty much everybody on that bottom from that pink car of Daniel on back, all racing for position. Who will determine who's going to stay relevant in this race? Of course, you have a bad pit stop, like a lot of these drivers did the first go around. Then, race done at that point, unless the caution comes out. Right now, Mastrutta and Ward will stay to the bottom along with McCullough. I don't think Daniel really has a problem with it, to be honest with you. He's riding right behind them. Was benefiting Daniel to save the most fuel right now. 4th car in line. Top 5 as they run. Fulkenham, Guerrero, Asmernoth, Malik Ray, Ethan Eckert on back through this field right here. They'll go all the way back to Richard Elliott. Kyler Wynn, Linda Velke, Danny Barnes having a great run in the 77 tonight. Right now, Danny Barnes scored in the 9th spot, or the 8th spot. Matthew Lee, Nash Brambilla, Nathan Harper, and Richard Elliott, the top 12 in this pack here. Oh, Danny having a great run so far tonight. Ready to set the top 10. Still another green flag pit stop to go, possibly 2. 24 to go at the line. Right now, field already working 9 to 10 laps. On this 10, Falkenham's led 11 laps so far tonight. Been the most out of anybody else. Out of 11 lead changes so far, 11 different leaders. Officially, at least, to actually lead a lap. Right now through the field, we just mentioned the top 12. 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th. Well, 13th, 14th, 15th, matter of fact. Corner right, Sean Corbett, Brock Westmoreland. You also see Jared Haynes right behind them right now, scored 22nd, 1 lap down. Joshua McCullough, 16th. Brian Hennings all by himself as well in the 17th spot, and of course Mastrota, Ward, and Christopher McCullough right now, 18th through 20th, just hanging out. Right behind them, Justin Johnson lost the draft the moment he went a lap down. Of course, you mentioned Jared Haynes, 22nd. Cameron Grighead, 3 down. Running by himself along with Kenneth McCullough. And Steve Sizemore officially out of the race. As Corbett and Westmoreland are back in. 12 laps after a run. Damn. There you see Corbett and Brock already exiting the pits. Brian Henning is in. I think near drivers trying to offset the strategy, just trying to hope for a caution that'll come out, which kind of saved the race, but right now looking slim. You see Matthew Lee and Nash Brambilla trying to make some on the outside lane happen. Yeah, with 2 cars, I really don't see it. Joshua McCullough, black flag. Right now, no takers this time. Well, night will be done for McCullough, Joshua that is. And not been a good night for any of the McCullough group. Corey Wright in this time. This is 13 laps into this second run. The way it looks, another pit stop would be over the horizon following this one. Unless they can go a little bit further. You see Ward, Mastrota, Christopher McCullough, and Nathan Harper in this time, along with Elliott. Richard Elliott, black flag. Chase Mastrota, black flag. Yeah, pit road has not been nice tonight. Knowing for several drivers it'll be a way to end the night. Well, here comes the front runners. Other than Elite Ray and Kyler Wynn. Daniel was in. Guerrero, Azranoth, Ethan Eckert, Velicky, Brent Bella, Lee. Danny Barnes along with them. We saw Malik Ray and Kyler Wynn stay out with 18 to go. Well, here comes Ray and Wynn in now. Of course, Malik Ray's only led one lap so far tonight. Whereas Renault, Landon Velke, Buckingham, Eckert, and Guerrero. This is that little small pack here that, along with Harper and McCullough and several other ones in the back there. 17 to go. Fuel is going to be extremely close. Right now, the field will come up on Kyler and Malik. Immediately go around him and Trevor Asronoff. Back to the lead. Landon Velke with a big run entering turn 3. He's going to stick right behind the 89. We're going to have Richard Elliott and Brian Hennings in their way for the moment. I say for the moment because Elliott Hennings immediately out the way, and now with 16 to go, Trevor Asronoff will lead. Well, G. Guerrero immediately jumped to the outside with Mastrota and Matthew Lee. Here comes Guerrero right back to the outside. The pole sitter wanting to lead just a little bit more. Despite sitting on pole, the 410 has not led a lap all night. That will probably change at the line. Give it to Guerrero. 15 to go. All right, now you see Chase Mastrota up there in the mix. Mastrota 2 laps down. We'll love to get one of his laps back. Ward currently the first car 1 lap down. Should a caution happen and he is not involved in it, we'll get the free pass. Right now, 14 drivers still on the lead lap, still eligible for the win. Realistically, 9 drivers with 14 to go, still eligible. Well, you mentioned realistically. And with these lap cars, Guerrero and Matthew Lee has actually opened up to almost a 2-second lead over Asronoff, Velke, and all them. Well, Matthew Lee, Vincent Guerrero will be in. Find it odd, Ethan Eckert as well. They went just long enough to where they'll be safe on fuel regardless. They're in the pit. Landon Velke, Falkenham, Brand Bellum, Malik Ray, the top 5 now as we stand. With several drivers coming in, I think the plan was simple. Go a little while longer until you had enough to probably make it to the end. You see Daniel, Landon, and Brambilla all in this time. Astronaut, Ray, Wynn, Harper, they'll stay out. Chase Mastrota will immediately get out the way. Well, Mastrota knows now that his night's probably done. Be 2 laps down with 12 to go. Of course, several drivers a lap down in front of him as Trevor Asronoff and Malik Ray will lead. Colin Wynn in third. If I get my words right. Back to the field, Nathan Harper all by himself. At the moment, there you see Corey Wright running in the 5th spot. Brock Westmoreland, Sean Corbett, all within that little group, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Joshua McCullough, 18th. Right now being scored 1 lap down. Mike Davenport, identical card to that of Brock Westmoreland, other than the 55, right now being scored 25th, 12 down. Here you see Sean Corbett. Danny Barnes still having a great run, however, has lost the draft. And all by himself at the moment, right now being scored at 8th, Guerrero 9th. Well, Guerrero, Matthew Lee, Ethan Eckert, Landon Velicky, of course, Daniel Fulkingham all in. This is pretty much 9th through 13th. Nash Brambella by himself along with John Ward. Well, no, Ward's got Johnson, Elliott, and Jared Haynes for the moment. They'll probably have Brian Hennings in a second. Right now, Malik Ray, Trevor Asronoff switched positions. Malik Ray up to the top spot. Asronoff to the second. 9 to go. Danny Barnes in the pits. Just now exiting, as a matter of fact. Well, the question is, what if you'll hold out for the top 3? That's why I'm Elite Ray trying to pass. Somebody's blowing a motor. Chase Mastretta. Meatball flagging for the 8th and 9th. What was going to be such a promising night for the 8 has come undone. Well, you heard the motor when it let go. And 1 fast repair already gone. The 9 is done for Chase Mastretta. Right now, the question still begs to differ. Can the top 3 make it on fuel? Corey Wright, matter of fact, on a 13-lap run, so he's actually nearing the end here along with Harper. Cameron Craig, of course, not part of this 6th down. They'll actually go right underneath the front three. Josh McCullough in. Here comes right in as well. And Nathan Harper will say, I'll lead a lap real fast. Look at Harper trying to keep him at the draft. John Ward, black flag again. Justin Johnson, black flag. Without being a nail in a coffin for Ward and Johnson both. With Nathan Harper in this time. Right now, Kyler Wynn to the top of the board. Right now, you can look at it and see Wynn, Ray, and Astronaut 13, 13, and 14. If they can stretch the field, it'll be pretty monumental. Go further than what any other driver has gone. I think the max I've seen is 16. Oh, Matthew Lee. Massive damage. What in the world? Oh. Massive, massive contact. Well, we're going to stay green for the most part. How about this? Guerrero, Veliky, Ethan Eckert, Falkenhead, where'd they come from in all this? The race is on now. Veliky in the wall. Veliky still trying to hold on to it. Man. 3 to go. Oh, Malik Ray gets turned off of Falkenham. He saves it. Meanwhile, Kyler's still holding on to it. Good Lord. Guerrero shoots back to the outside lane. He'll pick up Veliky. Ethan Eckert. Right on the bottom here. He's going to shuffle out. Kyler Wynn going to try to. Seven tried to block him on the way up. He's going to make contact with D1. Jesus, boys. 2 to go. Down the back straightaway. The pole sitter Guerrero leads. One mile from the white flag. They make it back to the white. It's all over. Does not matter what happens. They'll see it. White flag. 1 to go. And 4 drivers to settle it. Guerrero's going to swing it wide. Landon Veliky. Oh! There we go! Guerrero hard into the wall. Landon Veliky, Dale Falkenham, Ethan Eckert. 3 drivers now left to settle it. How will Ward play a factor in this? I think Ward's going to go to the bottom. Don't want nothing to do with it. Landon Veliky, Daniel Falkenham, Ethan Eckert, 1 mile left and counting. Veliky is not let lap. Oh, there goes Falkenham. Daniel crashes and burns, and Landon Veliky wins at Daytona. Eckert second. And Daniel will cross the line in third. Guerrero fourth. Colin Wynn and Malik Ray runs out of fuel. They'll coast across the line, fifth and sixth. Brock Westmoreland with a massive spin and into the wall. Crashes and burns. And Landon Veliky. Man. Oh, he played the strategy right. Played it right, kept it clean, and only led 1 lap. Give Landon Veliky time to celebrate and enjoy it. Once again, a winner at Daytona. Alright. Landon Veliky, yet another win at Daytona. How does this one feel compared to the rest?
I mean, it feels good. I hate that me and Vince got together. Vince is one of my favorite guys in this, and just I from what I saw, it looked like he just kind of came down on my nose, and I hate that it took him out. That kind of sucks. That's tempering me right now, but if it as long as it stands, which I haven't taken a look at it yet, but yeah, sorry, I'm trying to find it right now. Yeah, it just kind of sucks that happened there at the end. I wish we could have just done it clean, but it was a good race, I guess. I did not think when we pit that we were still going to have a chance to win this thing, but sure enough.
By the time through the night, short pit windows tonight, and really, all in all, what was your take on the draft package? It looked like as long as you had about 4 or 5 cars, either lane would work. Just what was your take on the draft package following tonight? What were the pros and cons to it, and all in all, just summarize the night in general, because you only led 1 lap. Of course, it's the most important one, but just pretty much from your perspective on the package that we had tonight and the racing in general.
It was okay. I'm sorry. I know this is you. This is not what you were probably expecting when you dragged me up here. I hate that I took Vince out. I really am not happy about that. But yeah, it was they kind of neutered this car like they always do to every car. They kind of took away the fun part of it, which honestly I thought this race was going to be worse, but it wasn't that bad. You could still kind of do some stuff, like the side draft was still there and a lot of things like that. But then it turned to a fuel race there. I thought we were completely cooked when Malik and Kyler pit the lap later than us, and Trev was out there trying to save it all too. And then they did that 3 wide whatever that was, which I was about to just drive through whoever was in front of me. But either way, I mean, I guess it's a win for now. I just, like I said, I hate that. I really don't. I'm not happy that that happened with Vince at all. But I felt like I was there. I don't know. We'll see, I guess.
Well, buddy, last question before I let you head out of here tonight. Is there anybody want to thank friends, family, sponsors, etc.? The floor is yours.
Yeah, I want to thank Chris McCullough and Danny Barnes, of course, my teammates in this. If it stands, it's 2 in a row for us. When all three of us, we just had, forgive my French, but about as dog shit of the start of a season as you could get. And for all three of us, I mean, we were all just getting wrecked every single week. And now I got the win last week, and that locked us in. And hopefully, maybe this one will just kind of. I know it's not really a point series, but it at least gives you a little bit of momentum to work on. And you get 2 in a row like that, that's pretty cool. At least for now, like I said. But yeah, thank you for the broadcast. Thanks to Kenny for putting the race up, and I guess that's about it.
All right, buddy. For right now, Landon Velicky will be your winner from Daytona. Congratulations on a hell of a run tonight, regardless of what the outcomes deemed as, and look forward to talking to you in the future.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Well, Landon Velicky is your winner tonight. For now, of course, they're going to wait on the ruling. This is Ethan Eckert. Ethan Eckert.
Jim Bob.
There he is. I was sitting there debating if I had the right guy or not.
Yeah, I'm Wrecker. That's me. I'm the wrecking ball.
Oh, well, pretty good tonight. Kept it straight for the most part. A couple sideways and missed calls there along the way. Take me through your night. It's been a fast number one. No matter if it's in a Penske 12 or a Verizon car, no matter what, I always seem to bring a fast speedway car to these type of deals. Take me through the night from your standpoint. Was it hard to really try to make ground tonight as far as how the draft package is with this? I think everybody pretty much tell there ain't that freedom like there used to be.
There's not. I mean, it's a very track position based car now, and the runs take forever to build. So, I mean, really, you just, I don't know. Just be there, be up front, stay with the main pack. That was really the key to it. I mean, as you can see, it was just one car that crossed the finish line. So,
Right.
I think as long as you stay with the main pack and just don't wreck yourself or anything like that, then you're pretty much chilling in this car.
But I got to ask.
And fuel strategy. I mean, I was yelling at people to pit for that whole last run, and nobody wanted to. I knew Malik and Kyler were good to the end, and the only way that we had any shot against them is if we short pitted it and actually push. So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
But I want to ask us, with it being toned down, of course you just mentioned it, but with these cars being toned down a lot, really how much does the strategy game really go into it? Is it so much just, well, we'll run out here, so we'll pit on this lap and just pretty much play it by ear? Or does a little bit of thought and a little bit of planning ahead of time go a long way in these types of races, especially with a 45% fuel load where you can only go no more than 17 laps on a tank of gas?
I mean, honestly, it was a bit of both this race. You wanted to try to push the stops as long as you could. That was a very key part. And then the last stop, Malik and Kyler had the fuel to be able to run all the way, and I saw that pretty early. And that's when the strategy had to come into it, and I knew that if I had 4 cars, I could run them down pretty easily. So that's pretty much what I did. But instead of 4, I had 5.
It all works out in the end. Last question before I let you head out tonight. Does everybody want to thank friends, family, sponsors, etc.? The floor is yours.
Yeah, I want to thank Matt Lee and apologize to him for hurting him. I just didn't realize there's going to be that big of a speed differential. Vince, Mr. No Presta. Oh, he also wants an interview. He wanted me to tell you that. He finished 4th.
All right, I got him.
I don't know if you can make that happen.
I can make it
but
happen.
Yeah, awesome. I appreciate that. Justin Johnson was in the VC tonight too, just hanging out. Shout out to Landon. Me and him always work good together. You for broadcasting, Kenny for putting all this on, everyone that raced, and everyone that's been watching. It's not possible without Kenny doing all this, the race control, everything.
All right, buddy. Hell of a run tonight. You'll be the highest running Ford and the only Ford in the top 5 leaving Daytona tonight. And look forward to talking to you in the next one.
Yup.
Well, that being said, so 2 more interviews to go. Daniel Falk and Garrett Jenkins up here at broadcast booth. Got a copy?
I got you.
Well, hell of a race tonight for the driver that will walk out of here leading the most laps. That's 16. Just take me through the last lap. We know you got turned on the last lap, but leading up to that, were you expecting the strategy in the short pit game to play out as good as what it did?
Yeah, that last run was really it was a weird run because I thought for sure we were going to have to make 3 more pit stops. I didn't think people were going to try to save and make it like Kyler and Malik and Trev did. Like, I don't know. It was like the entire how the race played out there at the end was really, really weird, but it made for some interesting strategies because you saw once all the guys that pitted were running full speed, once we caught the 3 that were saving, they were going 3 wide to block the track, which, hey, it's fair game. It's a smart move. And then from there, you're trying to just get around them, which we did. And then it's just making those moves at the end where I feel like I was in a precarious spot because I was the last car in the draft, last car in the train. And I don't know if you could see from near the end of that race, when I was in that 5-car train when we were trying to catch the leaders, I was barely hanging on to the draft, and I was wide open. So, like, that kind of played into my decision of what I wanted to do there coming to the white because you see Ethan make the move. He goes to the inside. If I follow him, I probably get boxed in if he doesn't make a move. Or he probably doesn't get clear of Landon going through the tri-oval right there. So if he gets boxed into the bottom and I follow him, I'm stuck side by side with Landon. So I think going with Landon was my best opportunity to at least put myself in a winning position, which it did. And then I was trying to set up a run off 4, trying to lay back to Ethan. Coming through 3 and 4, then he just took it middle on me. I wasn't expecting that, and then I just turned myself reacting to it. So, but thankfully with all the wrecks and people running out of gas, we still finished 3rd out of it. So, can't complain too much, but I really definitely thought we had that locked up, trying to set up a move off 4, but it just didn't turn out that way, unfortunately.
When you talk about laying back and trying to get a run, Landon didn't mention it was incredibly hard to really formulate a run. It was either him or Eckert won. Just mention how hard it was to set up a run. It takes so long to materialize. What was your take really, with that being said, what was your take really on the draft package, how the cars handled? From what I've heard mixed opinions on it from pretty much anybody I've interviewed. Me personally, racing them, I'm iffy about it, but that's just me. But what was your take on the night, draft package wise, and really how much thinking and strategizing did really go into this race tonight because of this draft package?
Yeah, I really haven't had a competitive race with it yet. I've only been doing like little things in very non-competitive fields. So I wasn't sure how it was going to race, but throughout the early part, it was really, really racy. You could make moves. There's a little bit of an air bubble where you have to try to brake to get some drafts going and whatnot. So I feel like people are just over exaggerating how bad it was. 'Cause personally, for me, I didn't think it was that bad. I didn't think it was terrible. I think you could still race. People, I guess, I don't know. I think this might change people's minds on how it raced because I think personally it was a good race when we could race, but I can see where people have issues because we were single file most of the race towards the second half. But I don't know if that was just people just trying to save fuel or just getting ready to pit and whatnot. So, but from my standpoint, I thought it was pretty good. I didn't think it was as bad as people made it out to be. But like I said, tease your own.
Well, Dave, I got the last question coming for you to end the night. Let you get on out of here. Does there anybody want to thank tonight, friends, family, sponsors, etc.? The floor is yours.
Yeah, I gotta thank you for putting on this broadcast. Thanks to thanks to Kenny for putting this stuff on. Thanks to everyone who comes out and races each and every week. Shout out to my team in this, which is Mark Vondell and Matt Patton. They weren't here tonight, so unfortunately they weren't there. We almost got them another one, but we'll try again next time. But and then just thanks to everyone watching the race tonight. It was hopefully we put on a good show because that was a weird end to that race, but we still came out, I guess, on the clean end of it.
All right, buddy. Hell of a job tonight. Daniel Fulkham will lead the most laps of 16 tonight, but walk out of Daytona with a third place run. Appreciate your time, buddy. Hell of a job.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Well, that being said, via request, get a driver who'll walk out of here third or fourth tonight. Started on the front row, but that last lap turn of events that would come undone for the driver to 14. Get him in here real quick. Mr. Guerrero, Garrett Jenkins up here, broadcast booth guy. Copy, buddy.
What's up, Jen?
Not a whole lot from my standpoint dealing with the flu at the moment, but just take me through that last lap. Landon felt like he said that he feels bad for it, but he felt like he said he had the position on you, or at least felt like he had his nose in there. What was your take on the last lap and really the whole night in general?
Well, the whole night in general was, I was driving pretty much with a heavy heart tonight. My grandma passed away, so I just wanted to race my heart out with, keeping her in my thoughts and stuff like that. So, man, I was just doing what I needed to do to maybe get this 14 in victory lane. But all in all, it was a really good race.
Well, buddy, first off, my thoughts and prayers go out with you tonight. I do want to ask, though, it was pretty much a strong showing for the 14. Ran no less than, I believe, 10th or 11th, maybe 12th. Really, from your standpoint, how hard was it to really try to maintain track position? And if you lost any, try to regain it? And really, did you feel like at the end there that short pitting it was going to be the way to go? Because I'll be honest with you, I didn't see none of y'all. I jump away to another car for a second, come back, and now there's about 6-7 cars involved in it, along with Malik Ray and a couple other ones. Did you think that the short pit was going to work?
Yeah, 100%. Short pitting was going to work. Had several teammates there that went along and short pitted with me. I knew right away we weren't going to make it, so we needed a short pit. If you make the pack a little bit shorter or smaller, they're going to waste a little bit more fuel, and short pitting was the way to go there.
Well, buddy, no, the strong running argument, what I must say, one of the best paint jobs I see. I love a good Budweiser car every now and then, but I'm going to let you get out of here real quick. I got one more question for you. Is there anybody I want to thank tonight? Friends, family, sponsors, etc. The floor is yours.
Yeah, I want to thank you, Jim, for broadcasting. Watch this back. Thank MMS for putting on the show here, and all the fellow drivers here racing tonight.
Well, that means
put out a huge shout out to grandma there. Miss you, grandma. Love you.
Well, that means that at the end of the night, Mr. Guerrero will start on the pole, and we'll have walk out of Daytona tonight, finish in 4th. Appreciate your time, buddy. Hell of a job.
For pulling me out, Jim.
Yep. Well, that being said, the final result after 60 laps. Well, it was a hell of a race through and through, up until the very end. Right now, no word is being said on the finish at the moment. So Landon Velicky for right now will remain your winner. Ethan Eckert, Daniel Fulkham, Vincent Guerrero, and Kyler Wynn will round out top 5. Elite Ray, Nash Brambella, Brock Westmoreland, Nathan Harper, Corey Wright, is the 9 on top 10. Trevor Asronoff in 11th. Sean Corbett, Danny Barnes had a great night going for the 77. Unfortunately, wrong side of the pit strategy. He will come home tonight in the 13th spot. Richard Elliott, Brian Henning, or Christopher McCullough, Brian Henning, Joshua McCullough, John Ward, the top 18. Jared Hayes, Justin Johnson, Matthew Lee, Kim McCullough, Chase Mastrota, Cameron Crahan, Mike Davenport, and Steve Sizemore will round out the field of 26 for tonight. That being said, appreciate everybody watching the race tonight. Great race, only 2 or 3 cautions to say the least. At the end of it, Landon Veliky will walk out of here the winner tonight. Right now, still unofficial, but sorry. But nonetheless, tomorrow night, of course, health pending. HGR on deck as always. Now being moved to Thursday nights. And of course, Friday nights we play it by ear, naturally. Saturday night Inspire Thunder Series round 3. Set to take place. Following that will be the Midnight Racing League. As one more race to the playoffs. Regular season finale will be Saturday night. Until then, appreciate everybody for watching. I will see everybody tomorrow night for HGR. Till then, take it easy.